Bandidos, what's up, my buttercups, panchones, ladrones? Welcome to Mel's Magic. Today is Wednesday, the 12th of January 2022. Estamos a miércoles, heute ist Mittwoch. Ich hoffe, es geht euch gut. Saludos desde Javier, Costa Blanca. Owls et moi say hello. So, I was contemplating on what to talk about today, and I'd like to base it on something I wrote down yesterday, actually, on one of my walks. As you know, I go for a walk in the morning, and during my walk, I usually gather inspiration and gather my thoughts, and often something would also occur that would inspire me to share my message or base my message on. And I remember actually yesterday when I was walking, I was just observing and trying not to think, in the sense that I was trying not to label what I was observing, which is super, super hard, because the obvious thing is, I'm walking down this path, and there's trees, so my mind goes tree. My mind has a concept about everything I encounter, but I was trying to just leave the concept away and just observe, because often if we label something, it implies judgment and it implies restricting the observation to a concept. And it carries the danger of not being open to its much wider essence. Anyway, so I was trying to walk and just observe things around me, and I was watching the different light on the plants, on the trees, on the path, watching my shadow as I was walking, and it made me think about this whole theory of how everything is vibration, or we live in a vibrational universe, how everything emits a certain frequency, whatever that is, including us. An object, animal, even a thought has a certain frequency. And how frequency in turn is a vibration, and light is a type of frequency and a type of vibration. So depending on how the surface of an object or a thing either absorbs or reflects sunlight, if it resonates in the same frequency, then it will emit a certain color. It's all color theory, actually. So that in turn made me think, wow, what would we do without sunlight? I mean, all of life inclines or grows towards the light, no? At the same time, though, we need shade and darkness. I mean, imagine a day without a night. Truly try and imagine a life without pain. Would we even be able to feel joy? We need contrast, no, in this dualistic universe where everything is yin and yang, light and dark, male, female. And it led me to the reflection, and I'll read it out, what I wrote. But after all, although we perceive light and darkness, life is not black or white. Life is everything in between. And we are creatures of nuance. And just like creation, we flicker with different vibrations of light, ranging from the darkest depth to the highest heavens. We are made of the colors of the rainbow. That was my reflection. Sorry, there's some noise out there. There's a gardener, neighbor's gardener, with a big hairdryer blowing away the leaves. So everything is made out of different frequencies, vibrations. Colors are different frequency and vibration. We carry different frequencies depending on our state of being. If you look at an emotional chart, you will see that low vibration feelings or emotions such as, I think shame is at the lowest. Shame and grief, fear and sadness are obviously at the low scale. And if you look at the vibrational equivalents, the vibrations of those emotions are very long and slow. And then the higher we climb on this emotional scale, the higher the frequency, the higher the vibration. Joy, gratitude, bliss, love, enlightenment are on the top of the scale. I think this noise calls for my acceptance. And that you cannot do without one without the other, and that this is a universe of contrast, no? Look at even the light on my face. There was a whole movement. Caravaggio was one of the painters who used chiaroscuro. It's an Italian term, the contrast of light and dark. I mean, artists exploited this chiaroscuro, claroscuro, light-dark contrast to really add drama and emphasis and a kind of tension to paintings. So if you strip light and dark away, what are we left with? But again, it all lies in the nuance of things. That even in, I think, my life experience, often I want things to be clear cut, either clear black or clear white. But life experiences usually fall everywhere in between, no? And it's often the case also that we hold a paradox or contrast within ourselves. You can, for example, love someone while at the same time feel resentment against them, or you can be mourning and feel grief, but at the same time feel gratitude. So it's all in the nuance of things. And the cards that I chose from the Little Unknown Wild Animal deck are the following. There's the Six of Swords, and we pulled this a while ago, I think in season 1. Six of Swords, where you see the 6 swords here in the darkness and a kind of gray area on the top of the rainbow. And this reminds me very much of, it's due to the hardships and the pain and the suffering that I've lived that I'm able to appreciate, to perceive the rainbow and to see colors again. That it's because of this contrasting experience, this experience through despair, that I'm able to appreciate the light again and nurture the light and value the light and find my own resonance, my own inner rainbow, and bring that to life and perceive life through that rainbow and through those colors. So it's an appreciation for both the hardships and the resolution that's at the end of it and that we often strive for. And I've said this in also a previous episode, the star. We are all our stars, and we all vibrate at a certain frequency, which makes us unique. So although we are connected to all of creation, each one of us is invaluable, i.e. super valuable and needed in the whole tapestry of creation, because we hold a very unique frequency. And this needs to be shown into the world to bring more light into the world. Look at the star. And we can only perceive the star because of its surrounding darkness. So let's say you find yourself in a difficult situation now, you're really struggling, or all you can see is darkness, and all that the world reflects back to you is darkness and despair because you may be at a lower frequency. Try and remind yourself that this too is necessary, and this too shall pass, and this too is important on my journey, and that even the darkness is necessary in my path, because at some point in the near future I will shine again like this bright star, and it will be thanks to the darkness that my true colors will shine through. Vale? And again, this beautiful Daughter of Pentacles, which I see as the little creature the little innocent creature that lives at the innermost core of our being. Maybe it's can be compared to the inner child we still carry within us, who's still alive within us. And it represents everything that's pure and innocent and is eager to learn and explore the world and has a heart full of love and is tender and gentle. And it lives at the core of every one of us, deep down. And it transcends this duality of black and white. It carries the rainbow around itself. And it's stepping into the world, and it will experience hardships. It will experience contrasting experiences, but it will not strip away of its true essence, which is tenderness, love, and innocence. So I guess all of us, we are already in this world of contrast, no? But it's good to remind ourselves of this little creature that is your inner child, and that's still there, and that needs your protection and your nurturing and your courage to be mature enough to allow it to come out, to give it a safe space to express itself, because the Daughter of Pentacles is also the inner child that holds the key to our inner creativity and joy. Yeah, so if you allow a safe space for it to bubble up in you and to express itself, it will be the voice of creativity and joy. That is a large aspect of you. Vale? So these three cards very much represent what I was reflecting on this chiaroscuro, claroscuro, darkness and light, hell, Licht und Dunkel, and that it's dangerous to steer to either side of the polarity. Even too much light is toxic, in the sense that it's the darkness that grounds us, that brings us mystery and depth, and it's necessary to give even the darkness a space, to even allow some space for our so-called demons and fears and dragons, because they too need our compassion, and they too are part of creation. After all, you know, we carry light and dark within us, and it's only through the dynamic and interplay of both yin and yang, dark and light, that the dance of creation occurs, no, in this infinity loop. So I hope that we all are able to appreciate our darkness, our pain, our suffering, and see it for, like the Buddhists call the mud, the so-called darkness, the mud, the primordial mud where the lotus will be able to grow from. And this doesn't, I had a really beautiful conversation the other day with an older gentleman at a bar, and we were talking about the evil in human beings and how it's very necessary to recognize that there is a seed of evil in each one of us, that it's very easy and dangerous to point fingers out there and say, oh, he's evil, she's evil, they are evil, the others are evil. But to really hold space, Jung warned us also to hold space for our own shadow and darkness, be aware of that capacity for evil, but to nevertheless choose otherwise, to make conscious choices that reflect our higher consciousness, but not to repress the shadow aspects either. I hope I'm making sense. All right, and I guess I'll leave it at that for today. I wish you a beautiful mid-week and another beautiful rest of the week ahead. I hope January is going well for you. I look forward to our full moon coming up next Monday, 17th, and Venus is going, no, Venus is already retrograde, but I think Mercury is going retrograde soon. So a lot of strong energies coming our way. I hope you are able to remain centered, grounded, and I hope you remember to cherish your darkness and remember to cherish the seed of light that is always within you, and that's looking for your own nurturing for it to grow. Vale? con esto les dejo. Ganz liebe Grüße an euch alle. Ich wünsche euch alles Liebe. Je vous souhaite une bonne semaine, une jolie semaine. Et on se verra peut-être demain. Et sinon, le jour après. Voilà. Todo lo mejor y saludos de Mel's Magic. See you for my next episode. If you enjoy my messages and stories, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate everyone who watches, shares, and comments in my comment boxes. Ciao. Besos, saludos, lots of love.